distinguished benchers, ladies and gentlemen, and the wonderful group now being called to the bar. What a great day for you. I could not help but reflect when the man, the great counsel, Mr. Porter, who read the citation, I could not help but think of a number that he used, which was 1951. You have to think about it if you do it quickly. I was called to the bar, 58 years ago, and I can tell you some things about the bar at that point. My number is 7,000 and something, and I was informed today that with your advance and with your call today and the others, about 1,200, that we're now up over 40,000. That's a long time. And a big, big number that gives you responsibility that you may not have expected. But I want to tell you something else about my class. Totally, we were 150. A lot of them were veterans of the Second War, really capable people. But the point I wanted to make today is that of the 150, only 7 were women. That's all. And when I look at the numbers here today that I am advised are here before us, more than half of the people being called today are women. I think that's wonderful. When you look at it, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada is a woman, and a brilliant woman. She has 3 other lady judges, women judges. I can call them judges. With her on that bench. Here in Ontario, the Chief Justice of the Superior Court is a fine, fine woman. I've had lunch with her at the benchers dining room from time to time. She's excellent. She has many, many women in the trial division. And then the Chief Justice, Chief Justice Winkler. I sit on the Advisory Council of the Order of Ontario with the Chief Justice. And I have a terrible job trying to keep him in mind. But I'm the senior person on, and he's a wonderful man. We are very lucky to have him as our Chief Justice. And he has many, many women on the court of appeal. And of course, when we get to the Ontario court, provincial court, the Chief Justice is a woman. Now I tell you, those men in the audience, you have to be very careful in terms of how you're treating your fellow colleagues these days, because they have control, the ladies have control. What is happening, of course, is that you people, I'm very envious of you, because when I started to practice law, we had no computers. Television was just starting. There was no such thing as cell phones. And now you have all those magic tools at your disposal. I envy you for those reasons. And you can put together a casebook sitting at your computer without having to go to the library, just punch buttons, and then you're able to present to Justice Rosenberg a beautiful casebook on the point, without even moving an inch. Just wonderful. Just a fantastic for you, and all the things you're going to be. All the things you're going to be. You're going to be part, when we're finished with this ceremony, part of the finest profession in the world. Take nothing away from that. The law is the profession to be in. It is the finest. If you're a doctor, or you're a dentist, or you're an engineer, there's a tendency to stay within your profession. But you now, today, will have the keys to taking you anywhere fundamentally you want to go. You could be on the, I can see judges out here. I can see judges of the Court of Appeal and maybe the Supreme Court of Canada. Some of you will be. That's your future. Some of you will be great corporate directors. Some of you will be people practicing law in small towns and in big firms. You can chair the big firms. The future for you is beyond your comprehension at this point. But the reality is, you have a fantastic future ahead of you in the best profession in the world. There is one other point that I really wish to make, and that is to say to each of you, there is something that I hope you will all do, and that is with regard to events, try to influence the course of events. Remember those words. Remember to influence the course of events. You're trained to do that in court. That's your job. But the world out there is now so large, and so many problems, and so many issues, whether it's in politics or whatever the case may be. What you should do, if you can, in your society, whether it's in your community or whether it's on a national basis or international, try to influence the course of events. That's your main function. As human beings, you will really be proud if you can do that. It's called tilting at windmills sometimes. My coat of arms, which I received some time ago, has Latin. The person who was putting the coat of arms together said, "General, what do you want in your coat of arms?" And I really wound up with ad proximum ventum pistrinum. Now, I know that all Latin scholars know what that is. It is simply this: on to the next windmill. Very serious. I still have windmills, and I wish each and every one of you has a fair share of windmills, and that you attack them all, and that you are successful, and you will influence the course of events. God bless you, and good luck.
Dr. Rohmer, for your wonderful speech, and thank you for the thoughtfulness and the thoughts of the talk.